What is going on, everyone? This is the Kid DC Wrestling, and tonight was your August 16, 2021 episode of Monday Night Raw. This was the Go Home Show episode of Monday Night Raw before Saturday Night SummerSlam. Speaking of SummerSlam, go check out my WWE SummerSlam predictions. And also tomorrow, after NXT goes off the air, I will give you guys my NXT TakeOver 36, the end of an era predictions. So be on the lookout for that. But we kicked off the night with the 14-time world champion, the apex predator of the WWE, the Viper Randy Orton. He talks about what happened last week. He explains everything. He says that, he doesn't need Riddle's help. He doesn't need friends. He doesn't need nobody. He even stated that he could have defeated AJ Styles with or without any help. And then he goes into Omos and stuff like that and just calls him a jackass and this and that, and just talks about he is going to defeat Omos tonight and hand him his first loss here in the WWE. That's where Riddle comes out, and Riddle's like, "Oh, I got you, bro. You were teaching me a lesson last week. I understand. I've been hitting your RKOs wrong, and you had to teach me how to do them right. I understand now. So now that we're on the same page, let's bring back RK Bro, Randy. Let's go after the Raw Tag Team titles." This leads to AJ Styles and Omos coming out, and they're just going in on Randy and Riddle, and that leads us to AJ Styles versus Riddle. Now, originally, it thought that Orton was going to be right ringside, but he left. AJ and Riddle go on to have a pretty good, decent match to open up the show. Riddle gets distracted by Omos. With that, AJ hits the Styles Clash, and he picks up the W. Next, we have Nikki ASH versus Rhea Ripley. We had Charlotte Flair on commentary. It was an alright match. Solid match, to say the least. Rhea Ripley does get the win here, but then after that, Nikki actually attacks Flair, who, like I said, was on commentary. So that was that. Next, we had a 2-on-1 handicap match with Veer and Shanky versus Drew McIntyre. This wasn't that special, to be quite honest with you. I mean, granted, you give Drew McIntyre the W, you give him that momentum heading into Saturday night against Mahal. And that was really that. I mean, Drew got a good pop, which was really good. And then Drew was just like, Jinder, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to humiliate you. I'm going to embarrass you. And I'm going to create a moment at your expense that will live on forever. So Drew looked good tonight. So that was good. Next, we saw the premiere episode of Moist TV. Now, heading into this, I thought that, you have John Morrison, his first guest is The Miz. It kind of gives you that feeling that somehow, some way, John Morrison is officially going to split from The Miz, because that's obviously what, they were teasing tonight. And then we get Damian Priest coming out and stuff like that, and it's just like, why are you doing this, Miz? Why are you manipulating Morrison like this? And then this leads to a match between The Miz and Damian Priest. That's right, a match between The Miz and Damian Priest. Nothing too special. Damian Priest gets the W. We saw Sheamus on commentary. And, Damian Priest gets the win, and then he gets momentum heading into SummerSlam against his U.S. title match against Sheamus. Next, we get The Miz. We get The Miz and John Morrison backstage. Funny enough, you see the New Day advertising some of their merchandise, which was pretty funny. But, they were like, Miz was like, "Bro, why'd you do that?" And, Morrison was like, "Hey, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, man." And, it's just, they were having some issues and stuff. So, yeah. Next, we have Mace versus Mustafa Ali. This one really nothing, Oh, wait, man. Yeah. Mace versus Mansoor. Either way, Mansoor gets the win. Or was it Ali? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was Ali. My bad. It was Ali. No, it was Mansoor. It was Mansoor. Jesus Christ. I'm on this wrestling news website, and then it says Mason, but it says Ali. I guess they botched it there. But yeah, it was yeah. But anyways, man, the match, like I said, it wasn't nothing special. It was just there. So yeah. Just forget about that. We're moving on with the Raw Tag Team Champion Omos taking on Randy Orton. I mean, this was nothing. I mean, well, granted, it adds more to the match at SummerSlam, but I mean, Omos won't gonna lose. Obviously, I mean, he basically beats Orton for the rest of the match, and Randy wins by DQ. So that was that, and yeah. But the good thing, man, we saw. Very emotional too, man. We saw RKO reuniting. This was such an emotional moment. Got me a little teared out over here. But yeah, man, RK Bro is back together, and it's official. RK Bro versus AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team Title Match playa at SummerSlam. You can't get any better than this. We see Karrion Kross versus Jeff Hardy. Well, I mean, what can I say? I mean, Cross was, I mean, first off, what you should have done, you should have plugged Cross versus Samoa Joe. I don't know why, they didn't really, talk about that at all. You could have maybe even have Cross get on mic and say, you see that, Joe? You see what happened to Hardy? That's what I'm going to do to you this Sunday. You could have done something like that. I don't know. But then again, it's the main roster, so. Yeah, Cross just squashes, Jeff, and that was that, so. We see the funniness between the 24/7 title defense. They were in the park, so that was pretty cool. We see a tag team match playa. Nikki ASH, Rhea Ripley taking on Charlotte and Nia. I mean, Charlotte gets the glory here. Charlotte, Nia get the win here. And yeah, I mean, that was that. I mean, what else can I say? So then we get the face-off between Bill Goldberg and Bobby Lashley, the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley, face-to-face for SummerSlam. It was all right. I mean, it was cool to see, Gabe out there with his boys, his baseball team and stuff. So it was really cool. Goldberg got a pretty good pop, which I guess was really cool to see. And, well, it was good to see, actually, yeah, because Goldberg's cool. But, yeah, this is a cool face-off, I mean, obviously Lashley's going to win. But you had to give Goldberg a shine. They're in Texas. They're with the sun and stuff. And, you don't want Goldberg to embarrass his son in front of his fans by getting, in front of his friends by getting beat up by Lashley. So that was Raw tonight. To describe this Raw, I mean, there's really nothing I can say about this Raw. This Raw was, I mean, it was Raw. I mean, what else can I say, So this has been the Raw review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling, and so, yeah.